Welcome, people and BlockRoomians, to some news. Yes, today I'm going to be showing to you, and I'm probably going to do like a little breakdown of each one, since there's 8 new screenshots released for Just Cause 3. Yes, I tend to do some Just Cause 3 news when I can, because I really do like this game. And I'd just like to say credit to CVG, because that's where I got the information from, that there were new screenshots, and that's where they are from. So the first screenshot is here. As you can see, Rico Rodriguez there. He's kind of gliding over what seems to be, I'm not too sure what that is. It seems to be kind of like a controlled docking area. I'm not too sure what they're called, but as you can see, the walls going around the coastline, a bit of the bay area to kind of limit what's coming in. There's also I think what's a shipping yard there. It could possibly be an airport. Also, he's using his wingsuit, if you notice that. That's going to be something new they're going to add into the game. As you can see, the nice, beautiful Mediterranean coastline there in the distance. You can see a bit of the draw distance. You can also see some roads to the left, and he seems to be flying over some pretty purple flowers. Here we can see Rico standing there with some cool explosions going on. As you know, with Just Cause 2 and Just Cause series, it's a lot on the mentality of things. You know, with everything exploding and everything. There seems to be a very highly kind of like reinforced areas. You can see the barbed wire fence to kind of like the right, just above the CVG logo where that man's running. You can also see a nice reinforced high wall, which I'm guessing this is going to be some kind of military camp, as that's what usually these things are in Just Cause. To the left of just Rico's stomach, you can see a new kind of like police car design. We haven't really seen most of these. The police cars in Just Cause 2 were just jeeps, and they used to drive around them. They look like they're going to have like little cars, little kind of two-door cars. Not too sure how exactly the police system's going to work with this. As we know, we don't know much yet. I'm guessing it'll probably go up. As you can see to the right, there's a jeep. He's also holding an SMG, and he seems to have 2 of the weapons on his back. Here you can see Rico Rodriguez with his beard jumping out of what seems to be a massive helicopter crash. Whether that was a missile hitting it, he crashed into another chopper, maybe they just generally shot him down. As you can see, there's a nice explosion. A lot of these screenshots are explosion-y, as that's kind of what, as I said before, Just Cause is. It's a lot of explosions. As you can see, the hills just residing in the background there, and altogether a very action-packed screenshot. On this next screenshot, as you can see, there is a good military jet. As you can see, the armaments of weapons on the side, such as what looks like Sidewinder missiles. So this is obviously going to be some form of a attack jet. As you can see, he's doing an aerial kind of hijack. The stunt position is most likely going to be back. That's a big key feature of Just Cause, as well as like the grappling hook and everything. As you can see, just underneath him, the sea with some nice choppy waves going on there. The good old Mediterranean Sea. As you can see, he's flying away from the mainland, chucking the guy out. Looks like there's going to be a lot more badass Rico coming from where that was. Moving on to the next one, you can see there is a lot going on in this. It looks to be a gas station exploding there. As you can see, I'm guessing what's guards. I mean, there could be some kind of other faction. Maybe you are going to fight other factions. We don't know yet. As you can see, they are flying off. Actually, no, there's about 3 of them. And there's an exploding propane gas tank, as we know them from Just Cause 2. You shoot them, they fire off into the air. As you see, it's just flying around at the minute. And then in front of us, we have like this kind of pickup, kind of like pickup truck. And it says the Revolta, which I'm guessing is something like, actually, I'm not too sure. It's obviously going to be some form of a faction truck, as we will probably guess there will be factions. That's kind of the theme with Just Cause. They tend to have factions, and then within them factions, you tend to help them and whatever. As you can see, he also has 2 other people in the car. As you can see, there's Rico in the back. If you can just see through the metal mesh grid, kind of like separating the view of the driver, you can actually just see his head. And then there's the guy hanging out the side of the window with what looks like a shotgun, a pump action shotgun. You can also see the nice green grass and the lovely Mediterranean sky. Now, personally, I really do like this screenshot for one reason. It has a nice classical car. And as you can see in the background, what Rico is dragging along is 2, fuel barrels, red barrels of death, that's what we're going to call them, the red barrels of death. He's carrying 2, which means there will be multi-grapple. Yes, this was actually a mod for Just Cause 2. It looks like this is actually going to be a feature in Just Cause 2, which is good. The fact that they're listening to the community. Because, I mean, some game developers, they don't listen to the community, they just do what they think's right, and that's the final word. A little bit like a dictatorship. This one seems a little bit more like a democracy, this game. They see what people want. So, obviously, you got your nice sports cars, you see the nice lighting effects. It's slightly darker later on. Actually, it could be coming up to dawn. I think, personally, it's going to dusk. As you can see, the graffiti on the sidewalls there, the kind of like a lot of this Mediterranean architecture is going on. You know, the kind of like what do you call it? Tan orange tiles and then the white walls. So it really does feel like a proper Mediterranean place. As you can see, an explosion in the background, just solidifying the point that you are indeed playing a Just Cause game. Now, in my opinion, we seem to be back in the position of the first one, in which what Rico was diving down to. In my opinion, this looks like the same area. As you see, it's got the coastline, but as you can see in the background, there's the beautiful snowy mountains. To the right of us, we have this kind of like green, luscious landscape. As you can see, there's also some kind of docking system to the left of Rico and just slightly to the right of his knee. But that's not the main action sequence. The main action sequence is indeed what looks like an attack helicopter. I'm guessing, yeah, it's an attack helicopter. And it looks like it is probably spinning out of control. It also looks like it's lost the right half of its, like, weapon wing. I've called them weapon wings. I'm not necessarily sure what the exact term for them are. But I know they're the wings that the Apache has, and it holds like the Hellfire missiles or whatever. It looks like one of them. As you can see, Rico is grappling onto it. He's pulling himself towards it. He's most likely just shot down half of it. Or maybe you can even shoot out the tails on this and then make them spin around into like some fiery death wheel or something. That would just be awesome. Especially for a Just Cause game. That would make some brilliant Michael Bay movie moments. But, as you can see, you've got the nice water, a nice luscious landscape, and it's just a very, very nice shot. I like the fact that it's just kind of like spinning round, and then, you know, as you can see, there's also the way that the helicopter blades is generating kind of like splashes on the water like it would in real life. Finally, we are on to the last screenshot. As you can see, this looks like the same fight. Actually, no, I think this is the same fighter jet as earlier, because it actually looks like it's going out to sea. I think a lot of these screenshots, they kind of took within kind of like the same time frame. As you can tell, it's a single-engine fighter jet. You can see the missiles on the side. You can also see the patterns the same, and it also looks like it's heading out towards a cliff drop that the other one was. But as you can see, there's also two helicopters. There's one that which looks a little bit like a the Russian Hind helicopter. There, I'm not too sure what the other one is. You can't really see that well. It might be the same thing. It might actually be a UH-1Y. Well, I know that's what they call them in Battlefield. I know of them in real life, but I don't know their exact name. But in this one, it actually does look really cool because he's standing on it. You've got the deserty, kind of barren landscape. Because if you've ever been to the Mediterranean, I don't know if you have, but yes, there's a lot of grassy areas and a lot of pretty areas and colourful areas, but a lot of it is also barren land, kind of like this kind of deserty. So I'm glad that they're kind of depicting that because it just helps to make it look that much better. You can also see the nice blue skies, and that is it, I say, for the pictures. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, thank you so very much for actually enjoying it and watching the video. Much likes are appreciated if you did enjoy this. Of course, you can comment down below and tell me it, or you can message me on YouTube. Either way, as long as I know what I can improve on and what I'm doing good at. But anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe for all the Just Cause 3 news that I can get hold of. Go check out CVG for the official news of it as well, because they're the people that put out the screenshots and get out the news. So I'd just like to give a shout out to them. But anyway, thank you for watching, and cheerio.